Well, a former federal prosecutor, John Dowd's brought in, and he puts together a 225-page report.
2,000-page.
2,000-page?
Yeah, 2,000-page, but he gives you
He whittled it down
to 225, which was the prosecutor's brief. That's what it was. So everybody that followed my case read that. They didn't read the 2,000-page Dowd Report.
But contained within the Dowd Report was his gathered evidence, circumstantial, that said you bet on baseball. As you sit here now, you say you bet only on the Reds and only starting in 1987.
That's what I recollect. That's you know, if someone's got proof I bet in '86, I won't call him a liar. But as you can tell from me being here, I got pretty good recall. I mean, I remember things pretty good. And I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, I do not remember betting on baseball in 1986.
Well, when you get called into the commissioner's office in 1989, Bart Giamatti is now the commissioner.
Right.
And you sign...
Nice guy.
Nice man. You sign a deal. There's really no admittance at that point. It's just, I'm banned from baseball, I'm out, with the caveat that it'll be revisited. I'm anxious to know from you, you were in the room with Bart Giamatti. Did you get the sense that if you, by their words, reconfigured your life, that you had a shot
I did.
with Giamatti? That's why you signed the deal.
Absolutely. Giamatti was a gentleman. And why did I sign a lifetime ban? Because there's a clause in there that says I can apply for reinstatement after a year. And, geez, I mean, you think I knew when I signed that with Bart Giamatti that he was going to die 3 days later?
Just over a week later.
It's the worst thing could happen to him and
Bart
to me.
Giamatti dies. And now that's why I'm asking you this, Pete, because I get the sense that with that death, now Fay Vincent takes over. Vincent and Giamatti were very close.
Vincent thinks I was worse than, what's the little guy with the cross on his...
Manson.
Charles Manson. I'm worse than Manson in the eyes of...
But once Giamatti dies, whatever understanding you had in the room with Giamatti is gone.
Yeah.
And the key for your get out of jail is buried with Bart Giamatti.
Yeah. And then he passed it on to Bud Selig. They told me to reconfigure my life. What I thought that meant was no more illegal gambling, which I don't do. Be very selective of people you hang around with, which I do. And I've done that. But I guess later on in life, Selig made it be known that what he meant was take responsibility for it. And I have. So, you know, you can only say you're sorry so many times and so many people are going to hear it. And, but I'm not worried about it because I'm not going to sit here on the Joe Buck show and complain to you people that I'm not in the Hall of Fame because I'm the one that screwed up. I'm the one that made the mistake. I'm the one who will live with the mistake. Okay? I don't go to bed tonight and pray that I go to Hall of Fame tomorrow. I go to bed tonight and pray I get up tomorrow morning. That's what I pray. Okay?
So let me ask you two things. What would it mean to you to get into the Hall of Fame?
Anybody in his or her sport, the ultimate goal should be to reach your Hall of Fame. And
it was something even your father mentioned.
Yes. You asked me would I love to be in the Hall of Fame? Sure, I'd love to be in the Hall of Fame. All my teammates are there. All my friends are there. Most every player who's played against me or with me in some capacity is made the Hall of Fame. So I know a little bit about the Hall of Fame. I do know a little bit about it.
So the audience understands, right before you become eligible for voting...
They changed the rule.
They changed the rule and they said anybody who is on baseball's ineligible list, baseball's banned list, is not eligible for the Hall of Fame.
That was Fay Vincent.
So
Fay
they
Vincent
basically
changed
said,
it.
we're not going to even have to bring up Pete Rose's name because he's over in this category over here.
Right.
Okay?
You're absolutely right.
So now you have been to...
First reporter ever to say that. First reporter ever to report that, and it's absolutely the truth. Everybody forgets about they changed the rule, or I'd have been eligible to be voted for the Hall of Fame. Am I right, Joe?
You're right. So 4 different commissioners you've been to talk about this after the agreement in 1989. Here's what I see when I read the letter that was written by the current commissioner, Rob Manfred. I feel like there's a roadmap there, but you may have to do things that average citizens walking the street don't have to do.
You're meeting with the commissioner of baseball. The one thing you want to be is honest. And he asked me, "You still gamble?" I live in Las Vegas, okay?